What's up, folks? NaptownBorn for the post-fight. Once again, I'm not going to do the round-for-round breakdown because, well, there's really no point. What everybody expected to happen, happened. I mean, Hopkins just outboxed him round 1 through 12. They threw a lot of dirty shit in there. They both acted dirty. I know. For those of you who really thought Darrell was acting when he got hit by Abraham, you should really flip on that fucking fight with Hopkins, man. You can catch him acting about 3 times during the fight trying to soak up some minutes, but it really didn't matter. He didn't need it. He didn't need the time. He says he's seeing spots, but I doubt it. None of those punches look hard. Anyway, I gave Roy like 1 round. I think the 7th round. And that's it. That's it. And he got a point deducted, but, you know, Hopkins hit him with a low blow when the ref was on the other side of him, and then later Roy hit him in the back of the head, but it was real light. I mean, it was just a quick tap. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a full punch. But this post-fight show is going to be a little short and disappointing because, I mean, come on, face it. Even Hopkins fans need to understand this was a boring old man's fight. So the result is Hopkins dominates Roy Jones in the points game, and neither fighter really gets hurt, and so they win the battle of the old dirty bastards. And Bernard Hopkins is the oldest, dirtiest bastard. He wins the award. I mean, there's nothing left of Roy. You know, this is just a shadow of what he was. There's nothing left for people to actually get some type of, I don't know, better status from beating him now. I mean, I don't think Danny Green has any better status than he did before he fought Roy. You know what I mean? I really don't think Calzaghe would have been thought of different if he never fought Roy at all. So, for Hopkins, this may be a victory for him, but if we just look at it, and it's irrelevant. It doesn't do anything for Hopkins' status, and if they had never fought before, we would all say that this fight didn't matter, and probably nobody would have watched it, and it probably wouldn't even have been pay-per-view if they hadn't fought before. You know what I mean? The only thing that carried this fight was just a little bit of hope that somebody might see the old Roy Jones back in there, but that's 10 years gone. So, you know, it's time for him to hang it up. But if he keeps fighting, I won't be mad at him either. You know, he didn't get knocked out, but Hopkins isn't necessarily a hard puncher. I don't know what they're going to do. I didn't look at the post-fight interviews. I didn't feel like it. I was just really bored and kind of irritated that I paid for it. But some of the undercards were cool. The Juarez fight ended. I don't know. I'd like to see more of a replay of that, but you know, I was really happy that I got to see Sergio Mora fight. It's been a while, and him saying he's going to take one more of these kind of smaller fights and then try and take on some champions. That sounds pretty. I'd like to get behind him on that. I want to see him fight some more. But you know, what can I say? Roy Jones, Hopkins 2. Hopkins wins. Now they're 1-1. But come on, folks. 17 years ago was 2 guys who were far better than they are now. Let's face it. And Roy won then because Roy was the super athlete. Of course, it wasn't because of his pure boxing skill. He wasn't a boxer. He was just a guy who could move. But in doing that, he added speed to his punches and power, and wow, had some amazing knockouts, had some amazing knockdowns. Hopkins threw 20 title defenses of the middleweight. I mean, he took 10 years, never beaten at middleweight. Well, I mean, that's badass all in of itself. 20 title defenses. Consecutive title defenses. That's special. They're both a couple special guys, but this fight wasn't nothing. It wasn't even worth paying attention to. It was just that little hope, like I'm saying, that somebody might see Roy. And if Hopkins is satisfied with this fight, then cool. Let his mind be at peace, and he can move on to maybe fight Dawson if he still thinks he's got it. But after looking at this fight, I'm not sure how he would handle somebody like Dawson. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is, and that's how it went down. is NaptownBorn. Deuces.